It's time to check in with Burlington Mayor Marianne Meed Ward. Good morning.
Good morning, Bob. How are you?
Good to see you. So last night was that public meeting for the proposed Waterfront hotel site. I know last week you were sharing some of the preferred vision, but how was the public input? Was it productive?
It was great to hear from the community, actually, and they expressed a couple of really good points of feedback. So first of all, very concerned about the height and the density. There are two 35-story towers proposed with a 6-story podium between them. Our bylaw calls for 8 stories here and a 3-story podium near Brant Street. They also advocated for additional green space close to Spencer Smith Park. Of course, this is a premier location in our downtown. It's right next to Spencer Smith Park.
Yeah.
So we're looking for more green space there for sure.
Yeah, but there certainly was some in the concept that you shared with us last week.
There was, yeah. So there's the development application that we've received, as well as the ongoing waterfront study that is to inform on any application that comes forward, and more green space on the site, which we're allowed to take as of right in the Planning Act. Whenever there's significant redevelopment, we can take green space. So we are certainly looking at that.
Okay, next steps with this?
So our staff will continue to process the application and review it. They will come back to us with a recommendation one way or the other in April. So it could be to approve it, it could be to reject it, or it could be to approve it with modifications. And one of the residents group actually said, you know, approve it, but here's our list of modifications, which were really good and did include additional green space.
Okay. Do you have an update on the rural broadband project underway in Ward 6?
It is moving along. There's actually 2 projects. Bell is doing one, and Standard Broadband is doing the other. And so we are providing regular updates on the Standard Broadband one. We have a group of keen residents in Ward 6, and the applicant has now filed all their required papers with the various agencies, which will approve it in parallel. So we've got the Niagara Escarpment Commission up there, Conservation Halton, Region of Halton, because there's regional roads, as well as the city issuing a permit. So we're hoping to have that live and connected by July 2022.
Okay. Since we last spoke, the federal government announced plans to introduce legislation to invest up to $750 million to support municipalities facing transit operating shortfalls, but the funding is conditional. Does that fall in the province, or is there anything at your level of government?
Funding is conditional on the province matching it. So we hope that they will do that. Every municipality that has a transit system, and Burlington certainly does, has seen a huge decline in revenues because of low ridership. Sometimes people not feeling comfortable riding the bus, but with so many shutdowns, people didn't have anywhere to go for a long time. But our transit system is actually recovering very quickly, which we're grateful for due to some of the changes that were made just before the pandemic. And we've offered free transit for seniors, and that led to a 49% increase in seniors ridership. So our staff are doing great work to combat the declining ridership, but the pandemic has kind of jinxed it for all of us. So we're really hoping the federal and provincial governments come together.
Yeah, that would be welcome for sure. Before we go, the city unanimously approved changes to the city's election sign bylaw.
We did.
Yeah, so tell us about the changes.
Well, it used to be that if you wrapped your van like a big, giant moving advertisement with your name and campaign contact information, that was considered a sign. You could only have one of those. You had to register your license plate. And what it effectively did was meant that bumper stickers were illegal in the city of Burlington. We discovered that the city didn't have the right to ask for people's license plate. Our clerk dug into that. And so van wraps are considered advertisements. Bumper stickers are legit now, again, in the city of Burlington. And there were some other changes, but that was probably the biggest one that really needed to be modified.
Okay, and more on that at the City of Burlington website. We'll link it up at chch.com. And talk again next week. Good to see you. Burlington Mayor Marianne Meed Ward.
Pink Shirt Day. Be kind today.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.